our governor.
Even before the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury Njuguna Ndong'o presented the 2023-2024 financial year budget, the government had already been very vocal on turning around the housing challenge in Kenya, allocating a total of 35.2 billion shillings for the housing program.
There are no quick fixes here other than the government wanting to basically consolidate some gains in the economy that we may have achieved this far. But what struck me most was the boldness at which the government comes out to tell us, I will tax you anyway. I want to make life better for you, but I'll make it harder in the short term.
According to economists, the government will need to ensure administrative reforms are actualized to lower the cost of construction and improve access to affordable housing finance.
But if you look at even what the government wants to what the government intend to allocate towards affordable housing, 3.2 billion, social housing another 3.3 billion, leaves me with some question marks.
The CS proposed to amend several provisions that were included in the 2023 finance bill that elicited a lot of discussion due to tax measures intended to increase the tax rates and also subject certain new streams of income to tax.
If you now bring in some tax incentives to importation of the finished products, I mean, it now means that some of the local manufacturers may face it rough.
Ndong'o, according to Mwendia Nyaga, an economist and consultant in energy and petroleum sector, the budget has inflicted more pain on salaried taxpayers by raiding their pockets to finance the 3.6 trillion budget, promising to revive Kenya's economic fortunes through painful tax measures.
Even the president has not been apologetic when it comes to telling us that he will tax us. He wants to make lives better. He has better plans for the future for all of us, but in the meantime, we really have to pay for it.
16% VAT on petroleum products and subsequent scrapping of subsidy, he says, will have a huge ripple effect on the country's economy.
It does appear very, very unfair if the government gives some subsidies and then does not compensate the people who are having to pull money out of the pocket to make it happen. Yeah. It does appear completely unfair because it means you have given to Tom, made Jack pull money out of his pocket to give to Tom, and then you as a government, you don't compensate Jack. So I think it's only fair that the government compensates these as fast as possible.
So far, the government has projected economic growth of 5.5% for the financial year 2023-2024. This is against a backdrop of global economic slowdown, elevated global inflation, persistent supply chain disruptions, and prolonged drought. The total expenditure is set to increase from 3.8 trillion shillings in financial year 2022-2023 to 3.6 trillion shillings in this financial year. To achieve this, Kenya Revenue Authority will need to collect approximately 380 billion shillings more in this financial year. The deficit will be funded by borrowing 587 billion shillings from the domestic market and 131 billion shillings from the international market. Linda Koskei, K24 TV.